this is Jovanka from JovankaCiares.com, and today I have a very special episode with a very, very special guest. This is Bex. Hi, Bex.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for coming and talking to us.
Of course.
Today's episode is about the benefits and the history of yoga. And I've been wanting to do an episode about this for quite a long time. And I was trying to decide who should I interview. And then when I finally met Bex and got involved with all her videos, I was like, this is it. And I'm so grateful that she agreed to come and talk to us. Before we start asking her questions and picking her brain, I want to tell you a little bit about Bex. Bex is the founder of Bex Life and the Bliss in Wellness movement. And get this, she's a mother of 4. She is a yoga and fitness instructor. She's a popular YouTuber. She actually has a backyard farm where she's raising chickens and growing her own organic garden. And she's a TV host show. She has her own TV show on Berea Living. It's called God Zen, and it airs on Saturdays and Sundays at 8 o'clock?
Yes, correct.
Cool. So you have to check it out. So without further ado, let's talk a little bit about yoga. And
Sure.
I guess my first question is the basic question. What is yoga?
Well, that is a basic question, but it's also a very huge question because I always tell people that yoga is an ocean. It is almost so big that it can't be defined. In the traditional sense, yoga is a thousands-year-old practice that originated in India. It has a lot to do with the connection of mind to breath to spirit. It's meant to help you to transcend earthly conditions and become enlightened. But in the context of this conversation, it would probably be more helpful to talk about yoga in a Western sense, which is so much more based on asana, which are the poses, the movement part of yoga. And it's what most people practice here.
Okay, so there are some health benefits to yoga. Even the Western version has a lot of health and wellness benefits.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yoga, I tell people it's good for everything. Absolutely everything. Whether it's a bad mood or it's a sore back, it builds strength, endurance. It allows you in a very special way to connect to your inner health, your inner self. Whereas when you go to the gym, and this is going to be a little controversial, and I love the gym, but when you go to the gym, you're usually doing something that I call mindless repetition.
Yeah.
So you're basically going and picking something up and putting it down and picking it up and putting it down for really no purpose or benefit other than building a muscle.
Right.
Whereas yoga, every movement is about something. It's meant to take you somewhere.
Right. Good. So you just mentioned something about fitness and going to the gym. And most people that practice yoga nowadays are also gym goers. So they are used to that type of stuff, going in a group setting and trying to, follow a practice based on that particular group setting. And that could sometimes be a little nerve-wracking and a little scary, right? Especially because you may have people with different levels in the class. And if you're a newbie or you may be just starting and you're really interested, but you may be scared of all of these crazy people that can, are beautiful and have these beautiful figures and can turn into pretzels and stuff. What would you say to someone that feels that way?
Well, the difference between yoga and other physical disciplines is that the pose really isn't the goal. It's really about how you're feeling inside. So while you want to always use proper alignment and you always want to be careful, the pose is, I would say, 1% of yoga. And all of the steps getting there, those million little tiny incremental movements are what yoga really is about. I fall down all the time.
Really? And you're an instructor and you've been practicing this forever?
Well, not forever. I actually have a fairly new practice. I dabbled in yoga for a really long time, since I started my meditation and spiritual practice when I was 15 years old. But I've only really delved into my practice to become very serious about yoga over the past 3.5 years.
Okay. So there are a lot of types of yoga out there. Lots. There's hot yoga, and I can't even think of a few of these names. Which ones do you think will be best for someone that's starting out? Or can you tell me a little bit about the basics of the different types of yogas out there?
Okay, well, there are a ton of different types of yoga.
And we would have to talk for hours just
yeah,
to go
I'm
through
going to make
everything.
it real short. I have a lot of personal opinions about yoga. I would always urge everyone to try everything for themselves at least once. I'm not a huge fan of hot yoga just because I believe that yoga is something that should create union, not only with yourself, but with your environment. So I like practicing in a natural environment.
Yeah.
So whatever temperature it is what I'm practicing in. Sometimes it's hot, sometimes it's cold.
Right.
Vinyasa is something that I would recommend for beginners. It has a nice, easy flow to it. It has poses that most people would recognize, and the classes can change all the time, from time to time, different
and you
than
won't get
Ashtanga.
bored, and you get a variety on a weekly basis.
Right, you'll get a variety from class to class, from teacher to teacher. So I would say Vinyasa is a great yoga for beginners, but any class, don't be afraid to just go and try it. Just always let your teacher know that you're a beginner, and then they'll pay a little bit of special attention to you.
Wonderful. And that's a great piece of advice, because I remember I've been practicing yoga on and off for about 10 years, but only in the last 3 or 4 years have I gotten a little bit better about it. And it is so important also to remember this is very much in a group setting. Most of the time you're doing this in a group setting, but it's in many ways a very individualized practice.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're essentially working with yourself. You're trying to better that version of yourself. You're competing with yourself of yesterday, not necessarily with the people around in the room.
That is perfect. I'm going to steal that and use that. I'll use that later on Twitter.
I'm not sure that was mine, but it's I guess I'm going to claim it. Cool. One last question before I let you go.
Sure.
Sometimes people say, I have a very busy life, and I'm a lot more interested in doing a workout that is cardio-based because I'm interested in losing weight or in trimming down. And yoga is not quite a cardio workout. Yeah. So can you trim down? Can you actually change your body with yoga?
Okay, well, this is going to sound a little woo-woo, but it is the absolute truth, and you have to take it from me because I have had 4 children, and I've lost baby weight 4 times.
And she has an amazing body.
And right now, my only real physical practice is not working outside of my farm, and then also yoga. Okay. The difference between yoga and other exercise disciplines is that when for instance, I go to the gym, and immediately after working out, especially if it's been aggressive or I've been doing a lot of cardio, I get super hungry and I want to pig out for the rest of the day. Exactly. Because I need those calories. With yoga, because it's so mindful and because you're really treating the inside as well as the outside, you're going to find that your eating choices, the way you behave for the rest of the day after a yoga practice are so much different. So after yoga, I might want a green smoothie or a big salad, not a hamburger like I do after the gym. It's not just what you're doing in the class, it's what you're doing off the mat as well. And yoga becomes an entire lifestyle. And you'll see the pounds shed so much faster than if you were just running on the treadmill. Trust me.
Very true. And Bex has a lot of great, beautiful, amazing videos all on YouTube. She has a really popular YouTube channel. Tell us where we can find more about you and about your great yoga videos.
It's bexlife.com. BEX, my name, life, because it's all about my life.com. And I have things about kids, farming, yoga, working out, lifestyle, meditation. Huge part of yoga. So check me out there.
And I know if people sign up for your weekly, you call them bliss notes, right?
Bliss notes. They're little love notes from me. Yeah.
Right. And you'll also get all kinds of fun video workouts and fun stuff like that.
Yes, lots of exclusive goodies just for my friends.
Great. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us here and teach us a little bit about the benefits and amazing practice that is yoga today.
Sure. Thank you so much for having me.
Cool. And for you, if you have any questions about yoga whatsoever, feel free to leave them in the comments below and I'll be happy to answer them as soon as I get them. Share this video with all of your friends all over the internet. And for more great tips on how to live a healthy, happy, and beautiful life, sign up for my weekly newsletter at jovankaciares.com. See you soon. Bye, Bex.
Bye-bye.